Hey everybody, it's Glenn, back in this video with Star Wars The Black Series Finn FN-2187, or if you prefer, it's Finn in his Stormtrooper gear, innit? These have been steadily showing up of late in stores. If you join me for my toy hunting videos, you will have seen at first I only saw signs he'd been on pegs via Flame Trooper leftovers, yet at least round my way recently the whole wave has been well stocked, including Old Man Han, Django and the Phasma re-release. And I doubt there's anybody left in the human population who is yet to see The Force Awakens, yet allow me to read the bio from the packaging back anyway. After his first taste of combat during a brutal First Order night assault on a Jakku village, Stormtrooper FN-2187 defects from Kylo Ren's forces, becoming a fugitive. So here is Finn out of packaging, this marking his second appearance in the 6-inch scale Black Series, which might have some of you rolling your eyes as his first figure has pegged warmed alongside Officer Rice Paddy Hat or whatever his name is. Yet, to Constable Onionhead or whatever his name is defense, Finn was actually in the movie, yet still had trouble shifting. However, I have a hunch that this one won't see the same fate, as although in terms of screen time it represents a much more fleeting appearance, it is in fact indicative of the character's defining moment of defection that the card back bio banged on about, plus minus an ugly black paint splotch on the crotch piece of mine. Grrr. It's all white and shiny and stormtroopery, screaming Star Wars. Whereas compared to his first figure pictured on the right of the screen here, that less screams Star Wars and more mumbled, "I'm gonna take the bus to work," or "I'm just popping out to Tesco's to pick up a few bits." Now initially you might be thinking sticking the head of Finn from the figure on the right onto the First Order Stormtrooper's body on the left would be a goldmine for Hasbro, wouldn't it? And from that statement you can tell how Marvel Legends collecting has jaded me, but credit to Hasbro, that's not what they've done here. It does share some Stormtrooper parts, namely the legs and the arms, but compare closely and you can see they've made a new torso, both shortening and widening it to give it Finn's more short and stocky stature. In fact, if you follow the contour of the jawline of each of these as it goes up underneath the ear, and you can see that each of the Finns have a unique head sculpt. And if you're going to do something again, do it better, I say, and I feel like Hasbro have done that very thing here. To my eye, the Stormtrooper Finn is recipient of a better likeness and has less heavy-handed eyebrows for sure. Now taking a look at the helmet, which of course bears the bloody handprint smeared across it from Finn's fallen comrade. Now it's not made from hard plastic, it's made from more of a softer vinyl which can be flexed on, allowing for a tighter fit. Because with action figures with removable helmets you either end up with an oversized helmet or an undersized head, and I feel like here the soft vinyl of the helmet navigates those problems. But my concern is that softer vinyl tends to age quicker, and I guess only time will tell if this yellows beyond the white of the plastic of the body. For accessories he comes with these two blasters which I suspect are identical to the Stormtroopers because in the First Order I guess they're standard issue. And a feature that I really like is that they both can be holstered into a slot on the armour of the right leg. Now with his hands, only his right hand is sculpted with a trigger finger to hold the blasters, so they both fit really snugly into the right hand because you can weave the trigger finger into the trigger guard. And while he can hold the blasters in his left hand without a trigger finger, it is a bit of a loose grip. Now looking at articulation, his head rotates side to side, he's able to look down this much, and then he's able to look up this far, likely less so when he has his helmet on. At the shoulder his arm rotates and then the arm hinges up. And I like the engineering here with the way the shoulder armor piece actually hinges up into the interior of the shoulder joint so it doesn't inhibit the shoulder articulation as it might otherwise. At the elbow there's both rotation and a hinge, but the hinge doesn't get the greatest range of articulation. Then at the wrist there's rotation again and a hinge which moves the hand down and also up. Seems to be no waist rotation, but in lieu of that he does have a rotating diaphragm joint, and then this joint also articulates this far forward and then this far back. At the hips his legs move out to the side, likely as much as you'd need them to, and then they move further forward and then they move this far back. There is upper leg rotation, and I like the way the leg armour overhangs that rotation cut so it doesn't make the sculpt ugly. And then there's a double jointed knee, and then at the ankle the feet are hinge moving backwards and forwards, and it has that crazy ankle rocker pivot that I love. And further still here, that armoured piece there doesn't inhibit the ankle pivot. And this is him stood at its widest stance possible, still with both feet flat on the floor. So all things considered, and is pretty gosh darn good, so much so that playing around with him in this review has made me itchy to see The Force Awakens again, and for an action figure that's a pretty big compliment. Yet if you still need to be convinced just how good it is, then click this video so you can point and laugh at these Star Wars Force Awakens knockoffs I ordered from China via eBay, and I hope to see you all next time. Bye.